Hello, audiophiles of the internet, and welcome back to Audio 46, your headphone destination. I'm Franco, and today we'll be taking a look at the third generation update of the T5 from German company Beyerdynamic. A little while back, we did a review of the T1, and now we're going to do a deep dive into its sister model to see what is different, what is similar, and which one ultimately may be right for you. So, let's talk headphones. As a company that has been producing audio gear since roughly the 1920s, the good folks at Beyerdynamic certainly know a thing or two when it comes to creating a quality pair of cans. The third generation update to their flagship T1 and T5 models shows that more than ever, Beyerdynamic is continuing to step it up in terms of the look, the feel, and of course the sound of their headphones. So without further ado, let's take a look at the box. The box here is big and elegant, featuring your standard photo on the front, but it also has this nice panel that opens up here via magnets and features another photo, as well as a detailed description of all the elements that went into these new T5s. Upon opening the box, on top you will see your paperwork, including warranty information and a quality guarantee, and located beneath these is your hard case. The case sets the tone right away, with an exterior made of a soft and beautiful black velour, and the silver Beyerdynamic badge on the front rounds out the look with a classy and simplistic touch. Inside the case, you'll find your T5 headphones on top, as well as a two-sided, textile-braided, double-ended 3.5mm cable. As I alluded to moments ago, Beyerdynamic is committed to using only the finest quality materials when it comes to the revamp of their flagship closed-back headphone, and it absolutely shows here with this new T5. All components here are made at Beyerdynamic headquarters in Heilbronn, Germany, and the materials are sourced from surrounding locales to provide for a handmade feel with great attention and care to detail. The headband feels very strong and sturdy and features a strip of Alcantara to provide supreme softness on the top of the head, as well as an extra touch of polish and refinement that is emblematic of this high-end suede material. The housing on the ear cups is made from anodized aluminum, which is lacquered and brushed in different directions during construction so that when the light hits the surface, it will reflect in different directions to create a unique shine. It borrows this grillwork look from the T1 model, but these perforations are filled in for the T5 since it is the closed-back model. It also features 3.5mm connections in the bottom of the ear cup at a 45-degree angle for a tight and secure connection. The yokes are extendable and made from the same anodized aluminum material. The adjustment mechanic is a very standard notch system, which you can adjust by clicking the yokes in or out to change your size. The ear pads are replaceable and made of a comfortable protein-coated leatherette that contains multiple layers of padding, one of which is memory foam that will eventually tailor to the shape of the ear for a perfect and comfortable fit. This is different from the T1, which featured velour ear pads that were slightly softer, but offered a less tight seal than the leatherette of the T5, which serves to keep your music in and outside interference out. Finally, the braided fabric cable is 1.4 meters in length and made from ultra-high purity OCC7N copper for a flawless and crystal clear signal transmission. I personally find the fit of these to be very comfortable, with the leatherette and memory foam padding giving me plenty of cushion and the large ear cups giving me a lot of room around the ear so that there's no tightness and they fit really well. The clamp force is firm but not tight, and I could definitely wear these for long periods of time without any discomfort. As far as weight, I would say that they are right in the middle, but towards the lighter side. These weigh in at 360 grams, which for the sake of comparison is 100 grams heavier than the Sennheiser HD600, but 90 grams less than the Focal Clear. On the tech side of things, the T5s, like the new T1s, utilize Beyerdynamic's signature and in-house developed Tesla driver technology, which utilizes a very powerful magnetic force and a rigid multi-layer membrane to deliver deep bass and a rich clarity in mid and high-range frequencies. Tesla technology also means that these drivers are very efficient and can be powered with a low amount of electrical output, resulting in these new T5s having an impedance of just 32 ohms this time around. This is, of course, remarkably convenient for anyone who wants to plug right into their phone or their laptop and get a full, robust dynamic range right out of the box. Now, some among you will surely be disappointed that there aren't more high impedance options, especially if you want to plug into a more sophisticated amp or DAC setup. You just may not have optimal results, as these give you what they offer pretty much right up front. When compared to its open-back sister model, the T1, the T5 is always going to be a little more limited in the soundstage department. However, while it may lack the size, the T5's richly detailed and clear signature will still provide for a stage that is highly localized and distinct. You will still be able to hear all your different instruments with spatial specificity and precision, but the overall stage is just a tad more condensed. This is due in part to the fact that, like the T1, these feature drivers that are tilted toward the front to create a forward-facing center stage effect that places all your sounds in front of you and helps greatly with being able to map them out. As is the case with both the T1 and the new T5, the bass in these models has been slightly boosted. This results in all the low-end frequencies feeling slightly emphasized, but not overly so. In my review a little while back for the T1, I talked about the low-end response in the song Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, so I queued up the same song to listen to these T5s. The sound palette here is of course going to be a bit more compressed and tighter, but the trade-off means that things like bass attacks and drum transients, especially in this song's sublime bass line, are hit with a little bit more oomph than the T1, all while still retaining those hard edges that keep the low end clean and prevent it from entering into any kind of muddy territory. The mids here are interesting as they seem to be almost somewhat the inverse of the balance of the T1, which featured a boost in the lower mids that lifted its warmth and gave everything a slightly rounder quality. The T5 has a mid-range that gives a little more love to the higher mids, perhaps to compensate for the lower amount of spaciousness that you get with the closed back. This light bump in the higher mids gives a more detailed touch to instruments like pianos or synths. In a song like Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day, for example, the combination of delayed electric guitar, acoustic guitar, pianos, and the fat drums all come through with a power that makes them sound huge, but also provides enough nuance that you can hear the particularities in each part, especially as the song starts to get heavier and heavier. Continuing naturally on from the mids, the more V-shaped type signature here follows through onto the top end, which is pushed slightly forward here and provides a good amount of shimmer and sparkle to elements living in the higher frequencies. I took a listen to one of my favorite classical recordings, which is the 1984 Berlin Philharmonic recording of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony conducted by Herbert von Karajan, and the busy violins sat with nice brightness on top of the driving bass parts, which added a nice element to the drama of this particular piece. The horns in the recording also felt full in their dewdrop-like resonance in a way that nicely captured the subtle echo and decay of their overtones, which really accentuated the richness of the track overall. The takeaway here is that the sound quality is excellent. And while the T5 may deliver a smaller stage than the T1, it also provides a slightly differently calibrated sound signature so that you are able to hear different details and have them emphasized in different ways. Overall, the T5 is a worthy addition to Beyerdynamic's already extremely impressive portfolio of audiophile quality headphones. With a strong build, a luxurious look, and a sonic palette that provides as much space and detail as you could hope to get in a closed-back headphone, there's really not much reason not to recommend the T5. It looks good, it feels good, and most importantly, it sounds great. Some pros include a superior build quality for great durability, outstanding performance in terms of look and comfort, and an excellent frequency response and soundstage considering that these are a closed-back headphone. These may not be for you if you prefer a more spacious and expansive option like the T1 open-back model. Have any questions, comments, or concerns, or just want to tell us what you think of the T5? Then drop us a line in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss another one of our videos. Don't hesitate to check out our blogs and other reviews over at audio46.com, or drop into our brick-and-mortar store on 46th Street in New York City to try these out for yourself. I'm Franco with Audio46, your headphone destination. See you soon.